that ass up.
Get up and get turned up with DeDe in the morning.
We get wild a bit.
We've been waiting to talk to this man right here, y'all. We've been waiting to talk now. First of all, he just released his first album. I believe it's been in like 4 years. Just dropped this past Friday, called It's Almost Dry. Y'all got to give it up. Grammy nominated rapper. Give it up. Pusha T.
Here we go.
What's up? Yo.
King Push.
Oh, man. All right. So there's a lot we want to talk to you about, just so you know. I mean, a lot. Are you prepared to sit here and talk with us for the next 5 hours?
Let's do it. I'm here.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has something that we want to talk to you about. First, let's just talk about this album. I was watching an interview that you did and the process that you were doing to get through this and everything. How long did it take to actually complete this entire album?
I'm going to say it took two strong years. I worked during the pandemic. Maybe a little bit before. I mean, maybe I caught a couple records before that, but 2 focused years, I think.
Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing everybody's giving it reviews. I saw where you posted even DeDe. I love what you posted today about him. And I'm sure everybody's going to ask you all those questions from the Pharrell to Jay-Z to DeDe to Kanye. I mean, you connected to everybody. I think you're the plug for everybody or something, huh?
Right. Man, I've really been in this 20 years. So I have created some really, really strong relationships. Mm-hmm. With some super important people. I mean, I came in the game with the Neptunes, Pharrell and Chad. Kanye definitely was a big Clips fan first, and that's how we met. Met from he loved the Hell Hath No Fury album, and a birthday gift to him was us performing that album at the Louis Vuitton store, the grand opening in in New York. And that's where we met at.
That's a nice birthday gift. Let me tell you about my birthday. It's coming up in January on Capricorn.
It was actually Don C. Don C. Got us to do that.
Uh-huh.
So you said it took 2 years for this album. We know Kanye produced half, Pharrell produced half. But honestly, what takes so long?
In dealing with those guys, I would say scheduling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's scheduling with them. When you're dealing with Pharrell, his was a bit cooler because we actually recorded a lot of it in his house, like in his library. And but yeah, I mean, you're dealing with clothes, you're dealing with sneakers, you're dealing with real estate, meetings, and you just he's just all over the place, honestly.
Yeah.
And so you can't really lock him down like you need to a lot of times.
Creatively, is he a genius like what we hear?
Yes.
Kanye, is he a genius to you too?
Kanye is 1000% a creative genius. And his instincts are, I would say, his biggest asset. His instincts, when you play him your music, he can tell you all the sweet spots immediately. He can tell you, what needs to be edited. He's an amazing editor. And as a rapper, it gets kind of tough because you be so married to your lyrics and loving your lyrics, and he'll hear it and be like, yeah, but if you just switch that out, or if you switch those 2 parts or whatever the case may be, the record will be a lot bigger.
Wait a minute, hold on, because it seems like you can take direction very well. Because what you said about you're okay with learning from other people. See, there's so many people's ego can get involved. It seems like you don't really have an ego or something.
No, it's not that. It's just that I actually came into the game with super producers. Okay. So I've always known the worth of a super producer.
Okay.
Even before I got into music, my introduction to music was watching like the Neptunes or watching Pharrell work hand in hand with like Teddy Riley. Okay. And watching him like really maestro and point and tell him like, no, that's wrong, this wrong. And I'm like, well, Pharrell's, he's a great to me, but if I can watch him sit down and be sat down by Teddy Riley, I definitely got to sit down and
Wow.
you know what I'm saying, and really just listen.
Okay. Listen, everybody, we're talking to Pusha T real quick. Let me get that out there. We're talking to Pusha T, and I want you to know somebody is waiting to say a word because this man has been waiting for you. And that would have to be Jay Cruz.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pusha.
Yes, sir.
Pusha, one of my most fondest memories beginning of my rap career, I got to sit down with you and Malice in Pittsburgh on a station called Whammo, and we rapped live on air, and I remember spitting my verse and you turned and looked at me and you was like, yo, that was dope. And literally, but one of the best memories of my life. Glad to see you again. The album is phenomenal. All 12 tracks could just play through. There is no skipping through it. And let me say this. I feel like your albums take at least a 3-year average because the bars, those take time. That kind of creativity, that kind of a specific wording and the intelligence in your rhyme schemes, that takes time because you cannot drop. I know you said in some of your interviews you wish maybe you would have dropped a little bit more, maybe networked with your fans a little bit more, but that's why your albums take so long, because they're amazing albums.
Thank you. It's it's just and I just really come up in an era of really listening to albums for 2 years. I would listen to Outkast album for 2 years. I could listen to a Mobb Deep album or Wu-Tang album for 2 years. I just think that the climate of how people consume music and people getting so much music is different these days than it was when I first came in the game. So when I speak about like, wanting to drop more frequently, it's just making sure that the Pusha T language is in the conversation.
Always
consecutively, you know what I'm saying? Because people can forget. There's so much coming at them these days.
JJ, you go ahead. You said you've been wanting to talk to. I mean, all of us got a lot of questions.
Definitely a fan, man. Every time I come to Virginia Beach, I'm always at the Funny Bone.
Yes,
I'm at the Funny Bone. So
Very
last
familiar.
time,
yes, sir.
yeah. So last time about the Funny Bone, my man Hustle, he presented me with this dog chain.
Okay.
And he said, my man Pusha T got this same dog chain. I said, oh, man, I ain't never thought I'd have a same chain a rapper had.
Yes.
Hey, man, but real quick, man, I'm a Clips fan. I ain't say was, still is.
Okay.
When your brother decided to step away from the group and you wanted to go solo, how difficult was it for you was it like a start over thing for you, or would you establish enough where you say I can go out and be on my own?
No, honestly, it was definitely a rude awakening.
Okay.
Definitely a rude awakening. And to be honest with you, man, I really, really understood in that very moment what both of us brought to the Clips brand and what we both brought to the Clips fan.
Okay.
And that's been part of the struggle of my solo career, I feel like. Just creatively, because I know what my brother brings to the table and I'm just not him. So I try to incorporate some of that energy into my solo career, just so the people can feel like they getting, you know what I'm saying?
What we used to get. Yeah.
Feel like they getting still the energy of how this really started.
I can hear Malice. My bad. I can hear Malice in your flows, cuz I can hear your brother's influence in your bars.
Absolutely.
How did you convince him to get on this album? Seriously, because I mean, he has a song on there that's hot.
So listen, so convincing him to get on the album was kind of easy because there was an album that came out before my album. It's called the I Know Nego album. And Nego is a fashion designer who started a clothing line called Bape 20 years ago. And Bape, when he started that, he was a big fan of the Clips, and he would send us just boxes of clothes and to do all this stuff. He's from Japan. And so, just starting that, being a part of that, and Nego, coming out with the album because he was a DJ as well. It was to ask him to do that. He was like, oh yeah, that's our man. Like, of course I'll do that. So he did that. No problem. Then I came back to him with the album. And he was like, you know, I sort of get the little brother pass of like, you know, I can ask my brother to do stuff. But he definitely, he was like, yo, I'm gonna do it. But he was cutting his eye like, hey, I ain't gonna keep, you know, I ain't gonna keep doing this. Right. You know, he sort of let me know. And then the other day after the album came out, he was like, yeah, I hear what everybody's saying. I see what they talking about. You know, it's, you know, I hear what they saying. Like, and, you know, everybody knows that I'm pushing for a new Clips album, and I really want a new Clips album, but it's definitely just up to him.
Really?
And, you know, I do feel like what people have heard in the past 2 offerings that we've given them, 3 actually, from Use This Gospel on the Donda album, on the Kanye album, and you know, from the Punch Bowl on the I Know Nego album, and from my album with I Pray For You, I feel like people know that a Clips project would definitely be something that the world would love right now.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
You smile every time you say that, by the way.
I know it, right?
You have a big smile every time you say
it.
Clips album could be on the way. Like,
look at that smile. Look at that smile, though.
Yeah, there he goes again, right? I think it's coming. I think that's a hidden smile, like he knows something and it's coming.
Oh no,
right?
No! Listen, I wish. I mean, I wish I could tell you that.
No.
I ain't even gonna. Listen, I want it so bad. I ain't even gonna fake it.
Right.
That's right.
I wish I could.
Okay. Well, let me tell everybody, we're talking to Pusha T right now, of course, and we're just talking about everything. I told you guys he's got the brand new album. It's almost dry to drop. But can we talk about the fish and why you went at McDonald's so hard? Okay. You went hard and come on. Now,
all right.
what was all
so
that?
basically, for those who don't know, myself and my brother were part of the I'm Loving It jingle years ago.
Oh.
About 20 years ago. I was 20 years old.
Wow.
And it was a deal brought to us by Steve Stout, and he wanted us to write raps for McDonald's. Justin Timberlake was involved, Pharrell was involved, and we were writing raps for it. And within those raps came the catchphrase "I'm loving it." As you know, we got paid $500,000 to $1 million to do it,
but they still using it.
It was a payout.
Yeah.
What was that?
Are they still using that?
Yes. So that's the twist.
Oh, you got gypped.
Wow.
So it was a one-time payout. And, you know, we thinking like, oh, you know, it's campaign, you know, a couple months, whatever. 20 years later, everybody's still I'm
loving it. Right.
And just in my old, you know, just more seasoned, you know, just knowing better, people ask me a lot, like, what is my biggest regret?
Oh,
you know, in music. And I was like, man, taking a one-time payout for the I'm Loving It jingle.
You ain't lying.
Well, you know, since then there have been other campaigns. And a few years ago, I did a song
Arby's
with the DJ by the name of Skrillex.
Okay.
It's an EDM song. And Arby's used the song in their campaign. So when you hear "We Got the Meats" and it does da 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 da, I own that song.
Wow.
So I own 40% of that song. And you know, they were just familiar with what happened with McDonald's. They understood that we had been in business, you know, and that, you know, I'm super proud of that. And they were like, man, we're about to bring a fish sandwich to market. Why don't we do like a little, you know, why don't we just have it out? And they were just in tune and in touch with what I had going on. Like, the beef at the time and just all the drama that surrounds me, seems like all the time.
Right.
And it was just dope. It was dope to do and be a part of, and really dope for a corporation like Arby's just to be in touch. Sometimes people, you know, these corporations, they actually do hire the right person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that person can actually translate to the community and translate to the public what they're trying to get across in a way that is synonymous with the artist and the brand in which, you know, we're trying to make that connection with.
I got to be honest. When I first heard it, I was so hurt. I was like, "How do you go at that fish sandwich? I love that fish sandwich.
I know the fish is so good,
man, with that cheese and everything." I was like, "How dare he?" But you also did something else when you went at Drake. Come on, wait.
Yeah.
All right. I was upset too because I love him. He's Mr. Nice Guy. Like, what? Tell me why and where are we today? Talk to me.
Oh man, I feel like everybody has a role, especially within the good music camp. And I feel like, when I feel like there's disrespect or things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody has to step up. And I feel like that's my role. I think that's what I do.
But wait a minute, didn't you out his baby? Did you out his baby?
I mean, I just told it how I saw it. It was just how I saw it. That was my perspective.
The little baby woke up and go, "Hi, God, Google Gaga, how I get in the goddamn rap song."
At the same time, it went there. It went there after mentions, of course, of at the time my fiance. So it escalated. It happened. It happened. We went there. As far as I go today, man, I'm not even entertaining any of it. Like,
good.
The album myself, like the album that I just put out, I think shows where I am, like just lyrically and artistically. And I mean, like I said, like I lived through that. That. I did it. You know what I'm saying? But right now, man, it's almost dry.
Let's go. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, we all about almost dry. But I do have to ask you though. You step in like any good homeboy would. You defend the situation between Kanye, Drake. Then you look up and it's like, y'all friends now? So I guess number one, how did that make you feel? And then number two, if Kanye and Drake ever beef again, would you jump in again or would you say, nah, I ain't doing that again?
Well, as far as how I feel about it, I don't feel. Like I don't. I feel like, everything I did was on, was something that was on my heart. You know what I'm saying? It was on my heart and it was something that like I had to do because, I got fans out here and I got people that look to me and just hold me to a certain standard as far as this rap thing goes. Like this is a very fundamental rap situation and conversation at the end of the day. So when they do their makeup and so on and so forth, it's probably good for them because they have a different type of coexisting. They need to sort of coexist. To me, I feel like they need to coexist together. I personally don't have to coexist.
So they're not inviting you to the barbecues?
What's that?
They not inviting you to the barbecues, the makeup barbecues?
Oh no, yeah, I don't necessarily even want to go.
I know that's right.
Okay.
I'm cool. Like I'm cool with that. Like I'm not one of the guys that like I'm not out here looking and searching for a record or a feature and things like that. I'm not looking for that. Like,
I love that. You want to keep it real and be like, they don't look like they're going to season their barbecue enough. You can go on and keep it real. Their sauce may be too sweet. Hell, listen, we're talking to Pusha T, everybody. Of course, I was telling you guys the album dropped on Friday. Real quick, we were talking about kids and stuff. You have a son now, right?
Yes.
That's what's up.
How old is your son?
Oh man, he will be 2 on June 11th.
Hold on, you got a pandemic baby?
Yes, I have a pandemic baby.
Hold on a second. Them pandemic babies are strong. They talking early. Tell me, what is your son doing? Because them pandemic babies are different.
My son is definitely talking early. He's recognizing and can point out all types of everything from shapes to fish. He knows specifics. He asked for agua and leche.
Okay. Spanish. Wow.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, like it's different.
Pandemic
it's very
babies,
different.
they say that. I want you to just watch him. He'll probably know how to change a tire real soon. He'll get up under the car.
Because I don't know how to do it.
Computers, I'm telling you, these babies tell him about it. Everybody heard about these little babies.
No, it's true. Listen, he definitely is advanced. Like truly.
See?
So for your
go
son,
ahead,
are you
JJ.
still going to be the cocaine Dr. Seuss, or are we just doing Dr. Seuss when your son gets older?
Well, you know what? I actually have to read every night. He like brings me books, whether it's like books about fish, whether it's Dr. Seuss. I'm reading every single night. So on these albums, I'm definitely Dr. Seuss every night. So on these albums, I still got room to be the cocaine Dr. Seuss.
Okay, guess what? That means hey, your son's gonna have a way with words too, y'all.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead, JJ.
Hey, real quick, man. Let's go back to the title of this album, Almost Dry. Are you trying to tell us a message? I mean, is weed low now? I mean, am I finna start back smoking sticks and seeds again? I mean, what's happening?
Man. Listen, it's Almost Dry is it was basically, me speaking to trying to create a masterpiece. And when you're creating that masterpiece, everybody's always asking, like, when is it coming? When is it coming? When is it coming? And you got to tell them, like, listen, it's almost dry.
Okay.
Like, it's almost dry. I'm going to unveil it soon. I'm going to unveil it. I'm going to unveil it shortly.
Yes, absolutely.
I got it too. Before you go, let's play a game. And everybody, we're going to throw some words at you. And you got to tell us the first thing that comes to mind. So if I mention Kanye, first thing that comes to mind is what?
Genius.
Jay-Z.
GOAT.
Okay. Drake.
Singer.
Interesting.
Pusha, you ain't make him no singer, Pusha. Come on, Pusha.
I like that. Well, hold on. And it makes me go back to, I was going to say another name here real quick, but Jay Cruz, ask him the question that we had a big debate about rappers and lyrics, please.
Oh, I already know what Pusha gonna say. Pusha, is it acceptable for an MC? Okay, ghostwriter in the studio helps you with the hook, a word here and there. That's fine. But is it acceptable for an MC to have his whole verse written by somebody else and then push it like its own, like it's his own?
No, I don't think so. I think when you get into, you have to draw the line between entertainer and MC. I think that's, like I said, like this game is about entertainment, and people who even indulge in that honestly and whatever, it's fine. It's like, it makes for great art. It makes for good music. It's cool. But when you get into MC, you actually are getting into the fundamentals of the art, like the crux of what this thing is built off of. And we can't cheat or cheapen that.
But I like the way you distinguish the difference in the two. Let me give you some more words. Let's talk about this. Who else can I say? Big Lotto. What do you think of her? What is she? One word. What do you think of her?
Oh, man, she's dope.
Okay.
She's dope.
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, dope.
Okay. Oh, did we lose him?
No, you didn't lose him.
He's still there.
Okay. DaBaby.
DaBaby. Oh, man. Wow, man.
Wow, man.
I
need him to stop. Don't you want him to stop? He's getting into too much damn trouble.
Man, people be bothering him, man. You gotta leave people alone. leave people alone, and people,
Pusha, speaking of, like, because you show love to Lotto, you show love to DaBaby. You've been in the game 20 years, so you like an OG. So out of all these new artists, who's your favorite right now? Like your top three as far as,
My top three right now, especially on the rap tip, I'm listening to ESTG. I like Lil Baby. And I think I'm going to go with No Cap.
Because you put Uzi Vert and Don Toliver on the album, which I thought was love. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Sure. Yeah. For sure. No, for sure. Because I think Uzi's like the king of the youth. You know what I'm saying? And I know Uzi, and I know him to be a rapper, and I feel like he's unlocked his creativity, on a different level now. He's a rock star. Right. Don Toliver is like king of the melodies. He's new, he's young, and he has a new take on melodies. And he really added to my album. We got a song, all three of us got a song together called Scrape It Off the Top. That is like one of them ones.
Okay. Go ahead, Cruz.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little surprised with the Lil Uzi Vert, just because he is the king of the young guys, but as far as like bars, I mean, Jay-Z respects you enough where he jumps on your songs.
Yeah.
You got 3 songs with Hova. Hova don't do tracks with nobody unless they spitting. You did bring the best out of little Uzi Vert on that track, but I want to ask you a serious question real quick, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel, and big shout outs to the medical transportation company that you got for people that need medical attention. That is so dope. Yeah. My mom could really benefit from that. But let me ask you, do you feel any sense of responsibility for making hustling maybe too appealing? Because like when you listen to your tracks, bro, like you almost make it inspiring to go hustle. Like, oh, I want to go be a hustler. Do you, I mean, and I'm not saying you should feel responsible, but do you feel like you make it too appealing? You make it sound too dope, too cool?
Well, I think, man, I don't know. Like, I like to call myself the Martin Scorsese of street rap.
Right. I've heard that. Yeah.
And, they never asked Martin Scorsese, do he make too many gangster films or is it too many guns in the movie? They never ask him that. Right. Like, I feel like, man, like what we're doing here is, we can't be, music comes from a very real place. It always has, whether it be rap, starting in the late 70s to Negro spirituals during slavery. It started from a very real place. We can't hide that. We can't hide that. We can't fight that. I feel like I tell the story of the streets from a whole from a few different sides. You're gonna hear about the cars, you're gonna hear about the money, you're also gonna hear about the pitfalls and the downfalls and the trials and the tribulations. Right. I think that's what makes mine a little bit different.
I love it. Real quick, I know you got to go. What age you want to stop? I hear you. You're very vocal about your age and everything else. At what age do you want to stop doing this?
See, that's the thing. I want to stop when I just start existing in the rap space and not competing.
Oh, that was good.
Because I'm right now. I feel like I'm competing. I feel like, man, when you hear this album, you can put this up against anything new, anything old, whoever you think is whoever. But I'm like, when I stop competing and just start existing, then I'll bow out. I'll bow out for sure.
All right.
Is there a feature that you haven't gotten yet? Because Jay-Z is like, for you to have so many songs with him is like, it gets no greater. But to you, is there like a feature that you're like, I got to get this one feature before I bow out?
The only feature I want now is Sade.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Me either.
Yeah.
But who would you have? Kanye or Pharrell produce it though?
Kanye produced that one.
Okay.
Damn. Now I can see that.
I want her over some type of soul sample, her voice, running the backgrounds of the sample that's like probably repetitive or something. I feel it's something in that.
Oh,
that would be dope.
Baby too.
That would be dope.
Lord. Well, you know what? We appreciate you spending a couple of hours with, because I wanted I wanted 5 hours. But listen, everybody, he just dropped that new one. Of course, it's called It's Almost Dry. Go out, everybody. You guys got to definitely download, get it, do whatever you got to do. You're going on tour. Aren't you going out on tour in May? I think starting in May.
I'm going out on tour the end of May. May 29th It's Almost Dry tour starts May 29th in Seattle.
Yeah. All right.
Don't think we're weird if you see us pop up to all your shows.
I'm telling you.
Come through. I got the tickets.
All right. And it's almost dry.
I'm be drying my blood. It's almost dry.
I was just JJ. Them jokes about to come with me with this almost dry.
Almost dry.
All right. Y'all give it up for this man right here. Give it up. Pusha T.
Yeah, my dude.
Wake that ass up. Get up and get turned up with DeDe in the morning. We get wild a bit.